I have done everything with her. Everything. I have done everything with her at least once. For the first year that we were together, after I adopted her when she was about 2.5, I would take her everywhere with me, literally everywhere. We've done it all. I will never do this with any other dog. I will never have another first dog. And most of the things I've dragged her along into, I know now that dogs don't need all that. It's simply an extra stress. So after that first year of what was like honeymoon, I stopped dressing her up. I didn't think it was funny that she was funny that way anymore. I stopped taking her anywhere she wouldn't choose to go because I liked her as my company and because she was an easy getaway excuse. She loved our home. She loved her bed. She always loved her bed. And I never deprived her of her bed ever again unless I had to. Okay, apart from the occasional 5 minutes of fun, like the time when we became the first single Greek woman and French bulldog pet dog to summit the top of Mount Everest.com. I couldn't help that. But apart from a couple of irresistible occasions like this one that have continued to pop up every now and then, from the second year on, she stopped being my accessory and started just being. Simply being in our home. And that was when she really became my dog. My dog. She's my dog. She's 12 years old. Past 12, actually, and I say it proudly. We did good. Bed, good food, exercise, happy, quiet life with the occasional entertainment. And she's strong. She is a very strong dog, and the best thing is that she doesn't look it. She's been through 5-6 surgeries, and she'd always come back as if nothing had happened. Her last operation was only a few months ago. She removed a couple of mast cell tumors, and she didn't even blink. At 12 years old, she came home the same day after the surgery with an amputated toe and rocked that sock until her paw healed. Nothing can knock her down, it's obvious by now. That's the mindset, nothing can knock her down. For the past 10 years, she's been here. She's been with me through a wedding, a divorce, 3-4 different jobs, endless fosters and new additions to the family. She's been with me through the loss of my mom, my grandma, through depression and excitement and New Year's and birthdays and Christmases and everything. Among all the changes and the mishaps life has brought in those past 10 years, there has been one thing that never changed, and that's her. I don't really remember who I was before her, to be honest. I certainly wasn't the entire me before her. She completed me and made me whole. About 2 weeks ago, there was this morning when she woke up and she looked like she was feeling a bit off. She didn't want to go for a walk. She refused to have breakfast. She threw up once, twice. But she had had odd days like that before that only lasted until her evening walk. But that particular day, she refused to go on an evening walk too. She kept throwing up. I guess I didn't notice the severity of the situation immediately, partly because I refused to admit anything severe can happen to her, and partly because I was going back and forth all day that day dealing with some family drama. The last vomit, she did it on the big rug in the living room, and my first reaction was to remove it and wash it, and as I was washing it, it hit me. What the hell was I doing? Who gives a damn about the rug? There's obviously something very wrong. It's past midnight and I have to look for a 24-hour clinic. She's not sitting properly. Why does she look so uncomfortable? I rushed to the clinic screaming at them on the phone because Google Maps was taking me somewhere where it was obviously the wrong address. I arrive, and as I'm waiting, I hate everybody. I hate the vets who don't rush to take her in and fix her. I hate that young couple who are there with their brand new, expensive, purebred puppy giggling. Who the hell giggles at a hospital? She's being examined. Finally, she starts feeling worse and worse. She's having like a seizure. She's becoming paralyzed right there in front of my eyes. She's panting so hard that I think she's gonna die, and I scream at them to intubate her, even if that means that she might not make it through the anesthesia. Just stop her pain, stop it, and they do. She's called now, and the vet takes me aside to talk to me about how the situation is serious and about how I have to prepare myself because she might not make it through the night. Don't forget she's old, he says. She's not that old, I reply. She is. You have to understand that she is old. She's way past the average lifespan for her breed. Oh, that's bullshit. Whatever. I know she's way past the average lifespan for her breed, but that's not... She's my dog. I mean, she's not... She's my dog. Nothing has changed since the first day I brought her home. You mean old, whatever. She's Laura. She's... On the way back home, I'm driving alone on empty roads. I've never been so alone. I refuse to accept that she might not make it. I come back home, I clean the house, wash her bed, wash her bedding. I'm making the house ready for when she's back, because she's my dog and she's gonna come back. And she didn't make it through the night. Of course she would. I mean, she always does, you know. She stays in the clinic for a week on IV. Longest week of my life. I struggle every day between my need to bring her home and their advice to keep her a bit longer. I keep staring at her empty bed and it's just, I don't know, it's just annoying. Every single day I talk to the vets there, and every single day I get into arguments. She's old, no she's not. She's got this, no she doesn't. Her kidneys seem to be failing. Remember, she's old, he keeps repeating, which really pisses me off. She needs veterinary diet, blah, blah, blah. I'm adamant about not changing her diet. She's eating raw. I'm not switching to a processed factory food full of preservatives. You wouldn't want to eat that if you were a dog, I want to tell him. There's no animal in the world that wouldn't choose to eat something that it's supposed to eat. He does make me feel guilty, though, for a moment. I'm questioning myself. I'm questioning my instinct. And it's not about the food. It's about the choices. All choices I make as an owner. I choose one brand of food over another, one type of food over another. I choose which vets I take her to. I choose to ignore that one vomit, or I choose not to. And every single choice of mine has an impact on the life of that creature that I love more than anything in the world. As an owner, I always trusted my instinct, and I advise adopters to trust their instinct. But now, for the first time, I'm doubting it. For the first time, I feel that the decisions I will make and the choices I will make this time around will be life and death ones, which is... Eventually, I choose to trust my instinct again, and I pick her up, even though her kidneys don't seem to be working very well. But she's recovered, she eats, she's happy, she can come home. 1 week is a long time for a dog. I'm not going to wait another week until her creatinine drops, if it drops at all. From the moment I pick her up, the dilemmas start. She's still walking funny, she's unstable. How important is that? I mean, she's better than when she had the seizure, but she's worse than what she was before. So is this the new better? I bring her home, and home is... home is home with her. She's finally here. She's so happy to be back. I take 1,000,000 photos of her in all sleeping and sitting and lazy positions. She's back in her bed and everything is all right with the world again. My heart is back in my chest. She is herself, but she also isn't. She looks defeated. And the dilemmas are again there. And they're nothing like the dilemmas I was used to until now. There's something extremely scary lingering on in my head. For the first time ever, I'm terrified of what's next. I'm terrified of going to sleep. I'm terrified to leave the house for even half an hour just to walk my other 2 dogs. I don't know that feeling. I only know the feeling of, come on, it's Laura. She's so strong, she always recovers, and she always will. What do I feed her? How many hours do I stay awake to monitor her? She has diarrhea. When does it become alarming? From the very first time? From the first night? From the following morning? I'm questioning now the food that I chose to give her. Does it give her diarrhea? Have I been wrong all along? I need training pads for the floor because she needs to pee every 2-3 hours. Or maybe not, it's just a couple of days and she'll get over it, like always. Or won't she? Well, she can't not get over it, never. I mean, unless she always gets over it. So how many packets of training pads do I buy? How many will I need? I mean, it depends. If it's permanent from now on, it can be permanent. But yeah, it feels that it has been permanent for a while. I've been using training pads for the last year, so on and off, really. So, but lately, maybe more and more often. Wait, which vet do I call for the diarrhea? I mean, the ones at the clinic that treated her. Do I trust them enough? Do I know them that well? Which vet is the one that lives close and that I can call on the cell phone at any time and he or she will be here? That's the vet I need to trust now because I'm getting close to the point where I might need to call a vet at any hour of any day and know that he'll come home where Laura needs urgent help, more urgent than ever before. Is this the vet I trust? Am I at this point where at any moment now, no, maybe I should call the vet that is 40 minutes away and would never come on a house call, but who I know will give her at least another good year because he knows his stuff, he just does. I mean, does she have another year? What do I believe? If she has another year, then maybe I should choose the vet. Wait a minute. What am I talking about? What another year? She's old. She's not getting old. She is old already. I've been ignoring the signs. She sleeps a lot more lately. I think she can't hear very well, but I've been telling myself that she never had the best hearing anyway. And her face, I don't know, her face looks tired sometimes. I'm looking at her as she's sleeping in her bed. She loves her bed. She looks so comfortable. Do I wake her for a good night belly rub or not? I always woke her up for a good night belly rub. It's been part of our relationship. It's just what we do. But lately I've been letting her sleep more. That's one of the things I chose to ignore. She sleeps as if nothing can wake her sometimes. About a month ago, she didn't hear me come in through the front door. She didn't smell me. I walked in and she was sleeping. Oh, come on, she's my dog. She's my dog. This is our relationship. I go for a good night belly rub every night. But do I now have to respect her old age? Is our relationship and the routines of it more important than her old age? Or not? How is this point defined? The point where age wins and everything you knew and did for years upon years has to give in, to become a memory. When you still crave for the summer, how short do the days need to get until you realize it's winter time? I approach and lean over. I don't touch her. If she opens her eyes, maybe. And she does. I still don't touch. I just talk softly. She lazily lifts her front leg. That means yes. So I touch. I rub her chest. I move to her belly. She shows it to me. She shows me the belly and I rub it and I cry uncontrollably because I swear I only just realized. I swear I only just realized that she is old and that we have both been struggling to keep everything the same as we've known it for years. The belly rub was more important at this moment than her sleep. Maybe it will be tomorrow also. Then maybe it won't be for a few days, a week. Maybe for a week or so in the next month, she won't be up for a belly rub really because she'll just need to sleep and I won't force her. I won't. My great-grandmother lived to be 97. A few weeks before she died, my mom asked her what was this thing we call life all about, really? And Grandma replied, I closed my eyes for 1 second, and when I opened them again, it was gone. One week later, and she is thriving, by the way. She eats, she plays, she takes her walks, she's happy. Her kidneys are fine, her blood tests are fine. She most likely had a spinal stroke that night, and everything else was a symptom of that, before and after. We've been to 4 different vets until we got the right diagnosis, and I know that's the right diagnosis because I know what I saw that night. I know my dog, and although I hesitated this time because I was very, very scared, I did follow my instinct again. And she just got a brand new bed, kind of comfort shopping, but also, you know, it's brand new. It's got at least a couple of years of good life ahead of it. So, yeah.